Hello, my dear friends. I hope you're doing well. So today is the next installment of the last 5 days of my recovery. It's been an especially difficult 5 days. Mostly very emotional. I took some time off from work just because I was honestly too depressed to go to my job, and I couldn't let them see me like that. I did spend time reaching out to the nurses to talk to them about the situations with healing, and spent a bunch of time talking to them, talked to my therapist, and tried to get an appointment with a psychiatrist, but unfortunately I'm not able to get an appointment with a psychiatrist in any kind of a quick manner, as would befit a difficult situation, and I am not going back to the emergency room based on my last experience unless it's pretty dire. So, the story as it goes so far, I have these problems. Part of my labia that got turned into my outer labia that got turned into my inner labia that was originally some of the most sensitive skin I had from my foreskin has kind of subsumed into the body and doesn't really have any sort of visible existence there anymore. So the nerve is probably still there, but we don't know until it heals. And aside from that, I've been having issues with a lot of pain from the sutures. There are some sutures there that last about 6 months, and depending on how I'm positioning myself, those are causing a lot of pain. And there aren't any sort of painkillers I could take for that. So I've had to basically not wear any underwear and dresses only for a while. And then the other problem I have, which is less of an urgent thing, but a lot of the fat grafting has kind of healed away and disappeared, which I know does happen sometimes with that. But what upsets me the most is losing that very sensitive skin that I liked so much. Anyway, and I don't feel like the doctor ever really properly talked to me all of the details about what he was going to do and how it was going to work out. So it's now been, as of yesterday, 8 weeks since the operation. And I went in for an urgent nurse visit just so they could take a look at it today. And she was able to pull in the doctor for that and kind of explain the situation, and at least explained how upset I was about the state I was in and how I hadn't been given proper explanation to even have truly informed consent about what he was doing. And he at least took it seriously, it seemed. So that was, there's that at least. Hopefully somebody else doesn't have the same trauma. But it's been difficult. And he was able to snip off a couple little pieces of the sutures. They are still there, I can feel them, but they don't have these little knots on the outside that they did, so I hope it helps. So far it has seemed to help a little bit, but overall the sutures are still there. Also those are on the upper sides of the labia. The ones on the lower sides, he did not touch because they're just completely inside the lips. And the nurse tried really hard to make me happy, but there's not really anything she could do. Just like it was out of her control. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to see him in about a month, and we'll see how things go forward from then. I mean, it is healing, but don't foresee that getting better appearance-wise. It'll probably get better feeling-wise, which does help, but still overall makes me really regret having done it. And I'm also going to talk to the hospital too, just so they know what happened, and hopefully they can fix this issue just with how patients are talked to. So anyway, I wish it could all be better and I could be happy, but it doesn't look like, unless I just let go of having a functioning vulva, then that would work. But that's not really why I'm in this predicament to begin with, right? I would have been fine if I was fine with just leaving it alone. So it's been really stressful, and it's been difficult to sleep a lot of nights just because my mind is racing around and I get stuck in an anger spiral about the situation. So then I do meditations just so I can chill out and go to sleep. This isn't as painful or as difficult as vaginoplasty was, but at least for vaginoplasty, I was totally ready to have all those changes made to me. And in this case, I guess I wasn't really, because I really liked having a vulva. I mean, I still do. I still have a vulva. They're just trying to make it a little bit better, but better in terms of an appearance way and not necessarily in terms of a functional way for me, which is, I guess that's why I'm so unhappy. That was a favorite part of my vulva, and now it's gone, or appears to be, anyway. To the surgeon, he's just moving some skin around to try and make it look better, but to me that was a really prized piece of skin, and there was nothing excess about it. So I don't know what else I can say other than continue to go forward, and I am dilating is not a problem. Which they're very concerned about I guess that makes sense. I guess I'm upset that for all of this emotional trauma, I don't know how good it's actually going to turn out, and I have probably a good 4 more months of healing to really know how it's going to turn out. Which is, 4 more months of this is difficult, for sure. Well, tell me, dear viewer, what do you think? I'm curious. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them, or any questions. And I will keep posting these videos. And with that, may you be blessed, may you be perfectly at peace with yourself, with your body, and with the world around you. May you be filled with love and share that love all around you. Be a lens for the light of God, and that's what we all are, I think. Exalt in that, and you will be happy. Just my 2 cents. I love you unconditionally. Aloha.